We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show, episode 354. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. Joining us this week is the undisputed scholar himself, the one and only Mr. Scholar Tarek. Scholar Tarek, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing perfectly fine tonight. It's all out weekend, and it's just time to go all out on these pay-per-view, on these predictions. Excuse me.
I will be going all out on the show tonight, this Sunday too.
We're just mixing up
We're
our words.
stumbling across our words.
That's how excited we are. We're just like so excited for this pay-per-view that it's just making us tongue twister.
Speaking of tongue twisting, he also joining us is the one and only Scholar Brian. Scholar Brian, how are you doing this evening, sir?
Feeling pretty low key, feeling pretty good. It's been a while since there's been no pressure whatsoever on me for one of these prediction shows. It's been about 1.5 to 2 years where I don't have to be at the top of my game on this for this show. So it's one of those like, okay, cool. I'm just hanging out. I'm having a good time. How are you doing? That's it.
I love it.
And also joining us this week, good friend of the show. You know him. You love him. He smells like peaches and sunshine. The one and only Jaybird. Jaybird, thanks for joining us tonight.
He smells you when you sleep.
Anyway.
That's how you smell like, what was it? Peaches and what? Cream?
He smells like peaches and sunshine.
Peaches and sunshine. And every time we have a viewing party at Jeff's place, he just sneaks up behind you. He just sneaks up behind you and just goes
like
wait, and then you wait, what the hell happened?
Mm-hmm.
And my wife looks at me like, Jeff, what are you doing?
He smells like peaches and sunshine. You should smell him.
It wouldn't be funny if it...
And then you have Clarissa sneaking up behind Season. He really does.
It wouldn't be funny if it wasn't true, but once again the coach is back on the channel. So, but gentlemen, I'm so hyped to be here for AEW's big WrestleMania pay-per-view of the year, which is All Out. They go beyond boundaries for this pay-per-view. I had a lot of fun watching it last year, and I'm ready to like really set the bar high for this event. They got a lot of good matches. I'm sad we can't do Pac versus Andrade, but we got a lot of good matches on the card left. So I am hyped and actually hopefully get that perfect card tonight, but we'll see what happens.
Absolutely.
Get a title match if you get it.
Absolutely. So,
you want that title match.
Oh, I want that title match.
You need that title match.
Do we even need to do Jedi mind tricks at this point? We all know he wants the title. Who doesn't want the title?
He wants the title to earn the title of Scholar.
Yeah, and I want to take.
He's going for 2 titles.
Yeah, and if I luck out, I was actually hoping that we'll get a title match at this one, because then I could have taken it to when we go to Dynamite in a couple weeks. I could have been like, here we go, but nope. One step at a time, small steps.
Que sera, sera.
Exactly.
But anyway, like we said, we've got a heck of a lot of wrestling to look forward to. It's all out. It's all very exciting. We're going to break it down for you right now. This is our predictions for All Out 2021, starting with the pre-show, which has a 10-man tag team match with a whole lot of names that I'm going to read off right now. Oh, crap, I lost the list. Basically, it's what? Someone else help me out.
Orange Cassidy and Friends versus Matt Hardy and Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Best
it's
Friends
HFO
and Jurassic Express versus
HFO. Hardy Family Office.
The Hardy Family Office.
Yeah. I'm glad you know what you're talking about, because I just wrote this down on my notes as Team Orange versus Team Hardy. Tarek, break it down for us. You go first. Who do you got between Team Orange and Team Hardy?
I'm not gonna lie, when you first said Team Orange, I'm like, ooh, what color is he gonna go for Team Hardy? Oh wait, Orange Cassidy. Never mind. Because this is on the pre-show, I'm going Best Friends and Jurassic Express. It's to get the crowd going in, happy, excited, pumped. So yeah, Best Friends and Jurassic Express.
All right, Scholar Brian, you're up next. Who you got between Team Orange and Team Hardy?
He pretty much said exactly how it should be. You get the crowd going, you get the crowd nice and hyped. The best way to do that is for the up and coming baby faces to get a nice little buy-in victory. So I'm also gonna go Best Friends and Jurassic Express.
All right, I think I'm going to join you on that, just because I never. Who am I to doubt Luchasaurus of all people? That's all I need to hear. Jeremy, do we have an accord?
The problem is I watch a lot of AEW and they throw monkey wrench. The problem is with the new and up and coming baby faces, you have to look at basically if the heels are losing a lot of their matches between Elevation, Dark, and Dynamite, it kind of sways towards at the pay-per-view they get a win. So, but it's interesting because you think about it. You got Orange Cassidy, the Best Friend, which is Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta, and you also have Jurassic Express, which is Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus teaming up against Matt Hardy, TH2, Private Party. As much as I love Matt Hardy, I'm gonna go. I love me some Orange Cassidy more. I'm gonna go with the Best Friends and Jurassic Express. Sorry, brain fart. Excitement gets me, but yeah, we're gonna go with an accord.
All right, beautiful.
Of course.
I was really wondering if you were just going to be contrary on the buy-in.
I've gotten screwed over on the buy-in / pre-show matches so many times. I might as well just jump on the bandwagon and see what happens.
I mean, this is a show that is just nonstop praising on Orange Cassidy. I already say many times he's the sunshine to my doodle, because I don't know if you could see it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
there it is. The sun is Orange Cassidy.
And
I don't even remember what show I drew this doodle for.
give it within a year, he'll get that title around his waist, and you'll see me lose my shit.
I don't know why I threw this. I love this drawing.
Keep it.
Of course, I'm gonna keep it.
Hell yeah.
Well,
spend all that time to
Make it a scholar's t-shirt. Make it a scholar's t-shirt, a white shirt with a thing
The
on the
sunshine.
back.
Go
It
ahead.
just says Orange Cassidy. ... The sunshine to my doodle.
Talking about deep obscure cuts here, but see, talking
then I'll
about
just
deep
give him
obscure
one.
cuts. Next up we've got what arguably could be one of the more interesting matches of the night, or at least unpredictable. We've got a 21-woman casino battle royal for the AEW Women's World Championship, or at least, for a title shot at that title. All right. And the participants are Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa, The Bunny, Big Swole, Julia Hart, Ty Conti, Diamante, Penelope Ford, Red Velvet, Hikaru Shida, Emi Sakura, Jade Cargill, Kira Hogan, Abaddon, Layla Hirsch, Kylan King, Rebel, Jamie Hayter, Anna J, Rio, someone named Sky Blue, and one woman to be determined.
The Joker.
Brian, who do you got?
Well, we're also
Okay.
remember, because it's a casino
The
battle
Joker-
royal, we get
Yeah.
the extra point if you announce the TBA, or as they're calling it, the Joker.
Yes, my Joker and my winner are two separate people. I do not believe that the Joker is going to come in and win. I think that they're going to have a filler feud come out of this battle royal. So I'm not picking Thunder Rosa to win, because I think that she's gonna get the title shot at Full Gear. So what I've got happening, okay, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point that the Joker is going to be Ruby Soho. Okay, that's it. I'm pretty sure we can all put that down. I'm pretty certain, but I'm gonna go for a dark horse here, someone who has absolutely no shot to win the title in the match that they have on Dynamite in between now and Full Gear. she's been being built up a lot on Dark Elevation and Dynamite. I'd give Ty Conti a shot and see what she can do. So I'm going to say that Ruby Soho is the Joker, and I'm going to say that Ty Conti pulls it off.
You know what? I really wanted to come up with a name that wasn't gonna be Ruby Soho, because this is where the murmurs are starting. Like, oh boy, she's gonna go to AEW. She's gonna go to AEW. She hinted at the whatever. She saw this, and you know what? I just don't. It seems too obvious, but at the same time, I'm like, I can't deny it either. So I do think Ruby is going to be the Joker in this match. But one place where we differ is I'm a big believer, if something's hot, you got to get the people at the peak of their interest. And I feel like if you don't give the match tonight to Thunder Rosa, I feel like that's the timing would be off any other way. So I'm going to go with Thunder Rosa to win. Jaybird, who do you got for this one?
Jeff, I love you, but you picked very wrong on picking Thunder Rosa, because right now her and Britt Baker are like the big rivalry that has been going at it. So they're like, I have to agree with Brian that they're going to push that for a full gear match. So the Joker, I'm going to go with Ruby Soho. And then this is the one match that's probably going to screw me over, because I'm not good at Battle Royals. But I was watching Elevation this week, and I'm going to go with someone else they've been pushing and who has actually been undefeated in AEW as of now. I'm going to go with that bitch, and I'm going to take Jade Cargill.
I knew it. The way you were building it up, I could tell you were going to go with Jade Cargill.
They are pushing her so strong.
The only reason I didn't go with Jade Cargill is because two heels fighting each other. It doesn't really work for me, but hey.
I'm just saying, look, if anyone's going to beat her, it's going to be Britt Baker. Give it to her. Have her throw Britt Baker around the ring for a couple of minutes, and then hit the lockjaw and boom, call it a night. Get the big tap on the big muscular chick. That's what I would want to see. But it just came to me. I was watching Elevation, and I'm just like, that promo I saw, I'm like, okay, I think I got a winner right there. So that's who I'm sticking with.
All right. And Fool, Tarek, who do you got for this one?
For the Joker, it's Ruby. I'm thinking every time I just hear Ruby, I just think of Fifth Element. When the Mangalores are invading the cruise ship, and you just hear one of his cronies, Ruby. That's all I ever think of movie. Now. I love it too. But this was actually, as I told you guys before we started recording, this is one of the 3 matches that I'm actually really in the air for. Yeah. And it's actually funny because 2 of my top contenders were actually named on the predictions. I don't think so. I'm just like, oh no, I want us all to be completely different, but now it's like now.
Go for it. Go for someone else. You know you want to.
I'm gonna go for. Hey, man.
I love when you do that, Jeff. I love the deep voice. You sound so good, so professional.
Going ASMR. This is what it sounds like when
there is another name.
There's one
that could work, Tarek. There's another name that can work, Tarek.
Clearly, you want to go for Abaddon. You do. You want to place that little prediction. You're gonna put it on your. This is what's gonna sound like.
It's someone who just came back.
No.
I have no idea. I legitimately
Brian,
have no idea who you're
Brian,
right
fuck
now.
you. I know he's talking about fuck you.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
you.
You know, you know what? I can actually see it happening.
I know.
Right now, I'm just now looking at the names.
You could legitimately make that pick, and it would not be a throw. It really wouldn't.
And any of our picks that we have picked could work. So it's one of those like. That's the good thing. This is how battle royals should be.
This is why I
It's
hate
like you
battle royals.
you go in, you should not have an idea. You should not be fully confident in whatever you pick when you pick a battle royal winner.
Also, I'd like to put it out there that Jamie Hayter is also in this thing.
She's a beast. She's
Yeah,
a beast.
but here's the problem. Okay, they're not gonna
Yeah.
do that quick.
Yeah, her and
I'm just saying.
Rebel are knows.
I'm just saying there's a lot of big heavy hitter names in this thing.
All right, Anna Jay.
Damn it! He did. Damn it!
And this
Damn it.
instantly just became the most must-see match on the show by Scholar standards.
I
Everyone's
have
got
to
their
help
jam.
out my Scholar's brother. That's it. I have to have.
He's my tag team partner. Yeah, and it's our mission to take the title off Charlie. So,
Well, the champ actually picked the Joker, so we'll see what happens.
yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
For people who are not getting that yet, Charlie gave us, because he's not here, he gave us his predictions ahead of time. And I'm basically deciding basically to the end of the show on whether or not. Okay, for off air, I challenged Charlie to a title match. A, because me and him tied at SummerSlam, and B, I actually beat him at for Takeover. So of course, the time I actually told him we're not combining the SummerSlam weekend, I actually do beat him. Just my goddamn luck.
My luck, Tark. Yeah, you had to pick the one person who just crossed my mind. I'm like, Brian, why did you say that? Why did you say that?
Here's the thing. The last year, Charlie asked, "Hey, do you want to combine predictions for the title?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then Takeover bit me in the ass and cost me the belt.
And I wrecked everybody on that one.
I remember watching that.
And now this time I told Charlie, I actually whispered in Charlie's ear, "Don't you ask me to combine the shows, because I'm not doing it this time." And then literally immediately after I thought, I'm like, "Just watch, I'm going to win the weekend."
And you did.
Lo and behold.
Could have won.
I won the goddamn weekend. Yay me. It's just karma. But yeah, I challenged Charlie off air, and I'm still basically on the fences on whether or not to actually finalize the challenge tonight, which he actually has accepted. It's just now making it official, which I'm most likely just going to save for the end of the show, if my decision on whether or not to actually make it fully official.
Of course, because you're going to do things that way. But in the meantime,
I'm just that guy that just makes the show more interesting. It's like,
speaking of making shows more interesting, we've got a match that I personally did not see coming, but it's going to be bound to be interesting anyway. Which Scholar Brian, help me out here. We've got Jon Moxley facing who?
Satoshi Kojima.
Kojima!
It's been a while.
Even Brian was just like, "Wait, who is he facing?" Kojima!
I was setting him up for that, Jaybird.
You got to tell me this on the script next time. I don't know these things.
It was actually
when
Jeff would bring up New Japan or it was actually when it was Hideo Itami, and I would, instead of saying Itami, I'd say Hideo Kojima.
I love
it.
What you mean you're not up to speed with all of our obscure running jokes week to week? Don't you subscribe to the channel?
He will once he gets that title.
Yes.
I've watched at least 40 to 50 episodes. Cut me some slack. Actually, no. More than that.
It's just fun to bust your balls, Jaybird. That's all.
It's all good. I wouldn't be here any other way.
Like 40 or 50 episodes in an over 300 episode show.
You mean you haven't memorized every single episode? How dare you?
How dare you? When we were just a normal podcast.
But yeah, it's my pick. I'm going Moxley. Straight and to the point. This is going to be an exhibition match, but a fun one. Jaybird, your pick. Who do you got between Moxley or Kojima?
Other than AEW, I'm a huge New Japan fan. I love me some Kojima, but I got to go with Mox. You got to, because he's beaten every single New Japan wrestler that has come into this organization. And if they were going to pull it on anyone, I thought they were going to, like, when Archer won the U.S. title, I thought they were going to do the U.S. title on AEW, but instead they pushed it to New Japan. Okay, you got Archer, you got Tanahashi. If you put Tanahashi against Moxley, maybe, but no, it's going to be Moxley all the way.
All right, Tarek, who do you got for this one? Moxley versus Kojima.
Kojima!
It spreads. Fool, who do you got?
It's like a virus. I'm gonna go with Moxley. I think this is all just build up just so he can face Tanahashi.
Ooh, love to see that.
And just him basically sweeping through the New Japan guys, just making it all the way to the top of his Mortal Kombat ladder. Hey man, I had to pull a video game reference for you guys at some point.
Hey, Mortal Kombat references are always good on this show, at least for me.
But Jeff's got the badass Street Fighter shirt, so.
Yes, indeed. I've got you to thank for that, Jaybird. Scholar Brian, take us home. Who do you got between your boy and Moxley?
Yeah, Moxley isn't losing to anyone from New Japan in an AEW ring unless it's Tanahashi. So, unfortunately, as much as I love my boy Kojima, it's not gonna go well for him at All Out.
And all of your roommates are now awake.
None of my roommates are actually here, so that's fine.
Okay,
Nice.
then scream
Your
Kojima's
troll
name all
fails.
you want.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of loud screaming, next match we've got Paul White versus QT Marshall. And Jaybird, it's your pick first. Who do you got?
Ooh, I've been looking into this rivalry and how they've built it up. They've done a lot of good storytelling with it. How QT Marshall beat up who's it, Tony Schiavone's son and everything, and then Paul White stepped in and they were pushing, okay, it's the WCW thing, they're friends forever. As much as I want to see QT get the next push, Paul White needs to win after all the BS he went through in WWE, in my opinion. He's going to come in, it's going to be a great match, it's not going to be a WMD, it's going to be a nice big choke slam, and then you're going to call it a night on Mr. Marshall. So I'm going with the big slow, the giant, Paul White himself.
All right. Tarek, who do you got between Paul White and QT Marshall?
Marshall.
Well, considering Paul White is a yearly a thing for the Scholars of Wrestling with WrestleMania, baby, woo! I feel like it's just not right to kind of bet against him. And also, this is, of all the matches on this card, this is actually my least interesting match. So I'm just picking Paul White just because I honestly couldn't care less about this feud. And I don't even know if they're going to even reference the whole Billy Gunn attacking him from behind. They're probably not even going to they'll probably show the clip, but not even not have him show up until the next, I don't know, dark.
Scholar Brian, who you got between QT Marshall and Paul White?
This match should be about 20 seconds long. And it should consist of a WMD and a chokeslam. And that's it. There is no way that QT should get more than maybe he tries to do something stupid one time. He runs at Paul White. and it's over for him. That's it. As soon as he takes that first step, it's over. This match should not go any longer than 20 to 30 seconds at the most. Paul White should obliterate him in seconds. That's it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on this one. This one is probably gonna be just another exhibition. This is just gonna be Paul White's AEW coming out party, so showing he can still throw dudes around, and he will. So yeah, we have an accord. Paul White all away, which brings us back to the top of the pecking order here, and just in time for Chris Jericho versus MJF. Fool, it's your pick. How's this all going to go down? If Jericho loses, he does not wrestle in AEW ever again. Fool, name it.
Of course, this fucking match comes to me. I seriously wanted to hear everyone else's reason. Damn it. Of course, I get.
If I can't skip, neither can you. That's it.
No
Hey,
skipping.
technically, you did skip once. You actually did skip on the SummerSlam predictions. At least the first match. A part of me is just feeling like this whole like Jericho retirement tour is just one big troll. But it's just also
What shall you do, fool? What shall you do?
fucking know.
Just
Man,
big.
I feel like I'm not gonna be.
This is huge.
Jericho's gonna retire. He's gonna go make ASMR videos. What have I become? Now that I've betrayed everyone. I've
Also,
ever
do I
loved
want
and
Jericho
pushed
to
all away.
retire? Do I want Jericho to retire just before
That
we all
bears
go to
letting
Dynamite? He just
the
doesn't
Judas
show up
open
and we
my
don't sing
mind.
Judas. I don't
That would-
know.
That would be
I'm at-
terrible, and I would absolutely hate that because I really like Chris Jericho. I haven't seen him in years. But anyway, that's a distraction. I hate distractions. So who are you picking?
Man,
Say a name. Say a
name,
Say
a name, a
Say
name, a name.
We
A
use
name.
proper nouns. You need to pick a proper noun for someone who's actually in the match. Don't make me keep using this ASMR
Why?
voice. It's not
Stop!
the Gotta flip a coin, sir.
Yeah, I do gotta flip a coin. Hold on.
Wait, are you really flipping a
Who's
coin?
actually gonna do it?
I'm actually gonna flip a coin because I haven't the slightest idea. This is the other. These are the two. One of the matches that I wasn't sure. So, all right. Heads for Jericho, tails for MJF. Tails, MJF.
All right.
shit.
It's in MJF. All right. Brian, who do you got between Jericho
Don't
and
fail me,
MJF?
coin, or else
Here's the
I'm chucking
deal.
you into a river.
Here's the deal. Okay, they have been doing the Jericho retirement run. Okay, but here's also the deal. Okay, Jericho has never beaten MJF. When his team won Stadium Stampede, Jericho did not pin MJF. So Jericho has never pinned or submitted MJF in the 4 times that they've faced each other. And he's said specifically many times that when he actually retires, he doesn't want it to be like the Shawn Michaels or the Ric Flair or the Undertaker retirement. He just wants to have the match and go home. Okay, so, okay, and for everybody who's saying that this is going to put MJF over huge, this is going to be big. Okay, what do you think Jericho's been doing this entire time? Okay, Jericho has never beat. MJF has beaten Jericho clean 3 times. Okay, that's it. So it's like, how much further over do you want this? Do you want? So it's like, no, I don't. I do think that all of this that's been going on, all the promos, all the interviews, all the retirement runs, the build up, the trials of Jericho or whatever.
Neighbors.
If it was going to be if it was going to be his retirement, he would have retired when MJF beat him in stage 5. Okay, this is so Jericho can get a win against MJF and blow off this feud, because it's not going to be MJF running roughshod over Jericho and beating him 4 times on his way out the door. Okay, that's not how a Jericho retirement should go. So I've got Jericho getting the feel good win here. I'd say mostly because his commentary sucks and I don't want to hear it every week anymore.
Well, I'm not sure if I agree with you on that last point, but again, I've been going. This is another match that can go either way in my mind, but yeah, I got a weird feeling that this is not going to be it for Jericho just yet. I think he's still got at least one more year still left in him before he hangs it up for good. And like Tarek mentioned, I'm gonna be selfish here and say I want him to show up at the Dynamite taping, at the Dynamite show that we're gonna be at. So yeah, there it is. Jaybird, which way you going?
This is tough because the thing with AEW is that when they put a lot of stipulations in, they keep the stipulations. You have Cody Rhodes, who cannot challenge for the AEW World Championship because he lost that match. That's a factor. Jericho's got a Fozzy tour coming up. That's a factor. And Brian, I hate you. You made a lot of very good points. Minus that Jericho's commentary does not suck. Thank you very much. But when it comes down to this whole feud, they've had like one of the greatest wrestlers in AEW lose against an up-and-coming little scamp, and he's just pissed off Jericho every single time, especially with the Jeriblow shirt, which was out last week on Dynamite, which I was like, okay, that's a throwback to the Goldberg match many years ago when in WCW. But when it comes down to it at the end of the day, and what I truly think, I want to see Jericho at Dynamite. Let's go Jericho. One more. Give him the win.
All right. That's the match in the books. And
no, yes. It's not. You know what? No, it's not. I'm not relying on that quarter. You guys help me convince me.
Oh, come on.
No.
If I couldn't do it last
I'm changing it.
Bullshit.
I'm changing it.
No.
Because I want the Sing Judas at the too. Nope. I'm doing it.
Oh, we got a problem.
We haven't changed the match yet.
You want? Come on.
This is now me, not a quarter.
No, then we'll do it this. We'll do it this way. Okay, if he's changing it and you already put it in, okay, then that would be your change against. Do we not have the title shot since he changed the?
Yeah, I'm not doing the title match.
Okay.
I'll take the title. I'll take the title match out of this. I'll sacrifice my title match for this.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
So now all of us can go after Charlie.
Okay.
I'm coming for you, Charlie.
I'm okay with that.
There.
Oh, I am not going to let you forget this rule.
Good. Me
I am not going to let you forget this rule.
Okay. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
It's like, okay, let it go.
But I'm glad you actually did not put the title on the line, because I would have drawn the line in the sand right there, buddy boy. I'd be like, all right, hold on, but
yeah.
Okay.
I'll just watch. MJF actually does end up winning, and I'm just like, okay, another chance of me throwing away the title.
Ow!
I was gonna say, didn't you just say something about, I'm not gonna put my predictions because it screws me over, and then it would have earned you the belt. You never know.
We'll see.
Sometimes risks pay off, sir. I feel like it's the only reason I ever had the belt.
No,
it has been a long. I haven't won the belt this year. So
when Tarek and I take risks, we fail. We fail hard.
Yeah. I'm not risking.
All right. Well, in any event, I believe we've got the next match on the card, and I think it's my pick first, and it's
right,
for the TNT
No,
Championship.
it's mine this time. Tarek took it.
Yeah.
Tarek took MJF versus Jericho first.
Okay,
So it's mine.
All right.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so okay, I got
Another
confused
show.
since we had that whole thing. The chaos of this show, I'll tell you what. Anyway, Brian, we've got the TNT Championship, Miro versus Eddie Kingston. Scott, Brian, who do you got?
If this was in New York, this would be much harder to call. But since it is not in New York, it's an obvious pick, and it's Miro. You're not. The only reason I'd be okay with Kingston taking it is if he takes it in the main event of a Dynamite in New York City. But this at least the promos that have been building this up have been great, but it's had like a 3-week build, I guess,
Yeah.
when they started talking to each other.
Give or take.
And I was hoping that they wouldn't do it at All Out, that they would do it for the main event of the show at Arthur Ashe. But since they're not, it's a pretty obvious choice here. Miro retains and redeems Eddie Kingston.
Oh yeah, well, you know what? I don't agree with that statement. This is AEW. Typical WWE booking doesn't apply here. And for that reason and many more, I'm going to go with Eddie Kingston to win.
That's not typical WWE booking. That's just logical booking. That's it. No, that's it.
AEW beats to their own drum, sir, and so do I. I'm still picking Eddie Kingston to win. Jaybird, who you got?
Jeff, you had to be the one that did that to me because I am a diehard Eddie Kingston fan since the indie circuits, many years, everything he's been through. And in my opinion, Eddie needs a title. He does. He really does. I love the build-up. I love what they're doing with this setup and everything. It's short, but I don't think to topple the unstoppable Miro, he can do it. If I eat these words, I'm going to hate myself, but I'm going to have to go with Miro keeping the title. Breaks my heart. And Jeff, I'm going to hate myself if I'm wrong, but I have to go with Miro on this one because the question is, who can stop Miro? If Eddie does it, I'm going to be shedding tears, but if he doesn't, I'm going to be happy either way. It's just, I don't think he's going to be able to do it on Sunday. It kills me.
Tarek, how's it going to go down? Bring it home.
Miro.
Miro.
I don't want Eddie Kingston to hold anything. I'm kind of done with Eddie Kingston.
Tarek,
really?
Fuck you.
Thank you.
Love you. Fuck you.
I don't know. His steam just kind of died off on me.
Oh, I love it.
So, and I just feel like Miro he needs the title a lot more.
100 days.
He needs to keep this title ring going strong.
He's too good right now. He's too good. He's too on a roll. Everything that Miro is doing is hitting right now. And after his first few months, whatever the fuck that was, that's it.
That wasn't bad. It was funny, but it wasn't bad.
It was a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, and
we're
now
all
that
gonna have to get at some point.
And now that he's where he should be, okay, you get, as Tarek said earlier, the act is hot. Don't kill it now. That's it.
No, don't kill the momentum. Let him ride on that.
All right, and on that note, now it's my pick first, and now we've got a cage match for the AEW tag team titles. We've got the Young Bucks defending against the Lucha Bros. And it's my pick for this one. I'm gonna go with my boy Pentagon. I think the Lucha Brothers are due. We're definitely due for a change of scenery in my eyes. And who better than the Lucha Bros? Jaybird, who do you think?
So I've done a lot of research on this, and the Lucha Bros have The Young Bucks have not beaten the Lucha Bros so far in AEW. They've done a lot of building on this. They've done a great job setting everything up. I love what they did on Dynamite, like how they beat them up really badly. Kenny's directing traffic, beat down the Lucha Bros before a cage match just to keep the Elite out of this match. In the end, when it comes down to it, Sato Miedo! Let's go, Lucha Bros.
Tarek, do we have something going here?
Suck.
Are you gonna break the cycle?
I think if it actually was Jurassic Express in this title match, I would have just been like, this match was just clear as day who was going to win. But with this one actually made it even more difficult for me. And how long have the Bucks been holding those tag titles? Quite a while.
Yeah, quite a while.
Since last year.
I don't know. I kind of want to see Penta with gold as well. Yeah, I'll go Lucha.
We're going Lucha, and with that, Brian, do we have an accord?
No, we do not.
Ooh.
Because here's my thing. I think that the way with the stories that are going on right now, okay, and this is probably going to be a spoiler for a later pick, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I don't see any members of the Elite losing their titles before the other one does. So I don't see the Young Bucks losing the title and Kenny keeping it. I don't see Kenny losing the title and the Young Bucks losing and keeping theirs. I only see the Young Bucks keep. I see until Kenny loses his AEW World Championship. In my eyes, the Bucks keep their tag team championships because the whole storyline right now is the Elite running roughshod over the title scene. Okay, and I think that they're going to keep that going until they all lose the titles at the same time on the same show. So I've got the Young Bucks keeping their titles via shenanigans on this show. We're gonna see many, and also, okay, thinking back towards the last time these two teams faced in a stipulation match, okay, the Lucha Bros won that ladder match at Double or Nothing.
Yep.
Okay, so, okay, this technically is the rematch from that stipulation match. So you get the Young Bucks getting a win in a stipulation match, and then you have a blow-off later on between the two teams in a more fucked up stipulation match. So this for me, okay, it covers the storyline. Okay, the Elite are keeping their titles until they all lose them on the same show, which is going to be whenever Hangman beats Kenny. Whenever they decide to pull that trigger is when the Young Bucks are going to lose their tag team titles. So, yeah, I'm going to be the contrarian one on this one. I've got the Young Bucks to retain.
All right. And very interesting indeed. Next match we've got on the docket, we've got Britt Baker defending the AEW Women's Championship against Chris Statlander. Jaybird, it's your pick first. Who do you got between the dentist or the alien?
Another heartbreaker match because I love what they've done with Chris Statlander, how they brought her back in to take on Kip Sabian and Miro and Penelope Ford. Loved what they've done with her. She's undefeated. But when it comes down to it, Britt Baker is on fire, so I'm going to go with Britt Baker, DMD. That belt's not going to go anywhere until Thunder Rosa gets into that picture.
All right, Fool, it's your pick next. Who do you got between Britt Baker and Chris Statlander?
You're not dropping the title off Britt Baker while she's this popular right now. It'll be stupid if they did.
And Brian, who do you got?
Britt Baker is the face of your division. She might be the face of your company at this point. The way that they're throwing her everywhere for interviews and all that. So you're not going to have her lose the title before you get that big money match with Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa. Okay, that's the big money match that you put on a pay-per-view. This is that filler match that boosts up her title reign to make that match mean more in the long run. So Britt Baker to win.
And with that, we have an accord. I had it pegged right from the beginning. We got to get that Thunder Rosa rematch with Britt Baker. It was too good, and like we all said, it's the money match, so it's got to happen. And it's not happening. The title switch isn't happening until then. In the meantime, we've got what is probably the most anticipated match on the card, possibly in a number of years. We've got CM Punk. I can't believe I'm saying that. CM Punk versus Darby Allin in 2021. Fool, it's your pick. Say the name.
Best in the world, CM Punk.
Brian, say his name.
30-minute Broadway. No, just kidding. CM Punk. If
CM
anybody,
Punk,
if
yes.
CM Punk was going to go to a Broadway with anyone, though, it's Darby Allin. But no, you're not having CM Punk lose his first match back in 7 years. You fucking kidding me?
I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if this doesn't close the show.
It has to.
It has to. Yeah, it's in Chicago.
Unless they got something really crazy planned, it probably will.
Christian
Bird,
can't close a show.
Especially not with CM Punk on it. Christian can close a show, but not with CM Punk on it.
Jay Bird,
Sure he can.
take us home.
Like Punk said, he's going to put Darby Allin over very strong, but I got to go with best in the world, CM Punk.
That's a throwback.
That's what I look at. I'm like, can I reach that DVD? I'm like, I still have this after all these years.
All right. And yeah, we mentioned it before, but it brings us to the title match for the evening. We've got Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage for the AEW World Championship. Scholar Brian, you've got a final pick. Who do you got?
As I've said for months now, okay, Kenny's not losing that title until it's Hangman's time. So yeah. Christian already got his win.
Yeah,
to get the title, to get the TNA title off of him, so that they could take Kenny off of Impact to focus more on AEW. But yeah, there's 0% chance that Christian walks out of this as AEW champion. Not a chance in hell.
Yeah, I'm not going to say there's not a chance in hell, but it's not in his favor. Not tonight. Not after he just won the Impact Championship. There might be some drama spots here and there, but yeah, Kenny Omega is not losing this one. I'm going for him. Jaybird, who do you got?
I walked out to his theme song at my wedding. It's going to be the man himself, Kenny Omega, dude. Like Brian said, and everyone's agreeing, he's not losing that belt anytime soon. He's got a lot of push. The fans are loving it, and he's the biggest jerk in wrestling right now. And I just want to see him keep that belt as long as possible.
And last but certainly not least, Tarek, make your pick. Make it official.
You have to be Do you think I would ever pick Christian? No.
I didn't say I ever thought that. I just said you gotta
Uh-uh.
make it official.
Well, yeah, Kenny Omega. Duh. Christian's
No,
never going to hold the AEW title.
Yeah, that would have been the time to pull out the joke. I'm gonna pick Christian. No,
I won't even joke like that.
No.
I can't even do that with a straight face. No.
Hey, there is something for knowing your audience. But anyway, those are our picks for AEW All Out 2021. We've put our guesses, our predictions. So now is the point where we turn over to you, our fellow fans, our fellow listening, wrestling, observing reviewers, predictors, and critics alike. No matter what you think about AEW All Out, how it's going to go down, we want to hear from you. So everywhere, all across the internet, Facebook posts, YouTube comments, and yes, our favorite, the Twitter machines. Drop us a line all across the internet. If you're following us on Twitter, you can check us out on our main page at ScholarsOW for all latest episode uploads every single week. And as we like to do, you can also follow us on our personal Twitter accounts. Fool, where can they reach you?
You can reach me at the Avatar.
Brian, where can they reach you?
You can reach me chilling in the abyss at Atomic Beanpole.
Jaybird, I have no idea what that means, but where can they reach you?
You can reach me at Hero Huey 316.
And you can reach me being confused by many things all of the time at I'm Robbie Rage. Join us there for all the fun. And it's going to be a lot of live tweeting, a lot of commentary, and a whole lot of fun because it's all out. But you already knew that because you know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
See you all at All Out.